Check, check, check. One, two, two, two. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10.
beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Would you be my neighbor? Welcome, everybody, to another edition. We are here on Juneteenth weekend, and weather is not looking hot, but I understand that tomorrow is supposed to be greatly improved. So Juneteenth is on and popping. Guests from Juneteenth, I told them they could come down if they wanted to. Challenger did a story on the originators or the original folks from Juneteenth. I was kind of thumbing through today and seeing Gail Wells, folks I know, but I was, let's see, first one was in 1976. So, I really, let's see, I was 12. 5 members of Buffalo's first Juneteenth celebration, Judson Price, who I definitely know, he actually sustained a gunshot to the head and still lived. Somebody walked up to his door one time. I forgot the circumstances, and he was an innocent person, but I remember that being a big deal in Buffalo. Still out and about. Judson Price, Douglas Ruffin, of course, everybody knows Mr. Ruffin, City Hall and all over the place, seniors. Gail Wells. I'll tell you this about Gail, and in this picture, Gail has eternal youth.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman. She has inside and out, but she has eternal youth. My goodness. Roosevelt Wardlaw and Eugene Pierce appear in this article. And somebody said something the other day at one of the celebrations about going to Juneteenth, and back then not even really knowing the history. We didn't know what it was about. We just know that there was rides and that there was the drill teams, and of course Mr. Brown always had, I think it was Crusaders. They were big, huge in the city. And so we are on the heels of that, and a great celebration. Got a lot of folks marching in our float, my last float as the Ellicott District Council member. So we going out for real on this one, and we're gonna see if we get this trophy. We're gonna see.
Oh yeah, we got to close out right.
Yeah, I've won a couple times, but as long as it ain't rigged, I'm gonna get this trophy. Mr. Brown, I'm talking about my trophy, because I'm gonna get my trophy, because we going big time. I have none other than Mr. Brown here talking about Juneteenth and the beginning of it, and then later in the show we're talking about Black Restaurant Week. I'm going to tell you I'm going to tell you why I started doing reviews of food. And I want you to let folks know who have restaurants. They're going to be able to call in, or they'll be able to come online and talk to me through Facebook at Power to the People radio show. But they'll be able to call me. Now, I'm going to throw the number out here, but don't call me until I tell you. 541-0866. That's 541-0866. You can call. You're going to get you're going to be able to tell us about your restaurant, your food, your best dish, what you are known for. And even if you don't own the restaurant, if you got a favorite restaurant, we are talking about Black restaurants. I'm going to tell you where I ate yesterday and last week, and some of I'm not going to say my favorites, but some of the ones I definitely go back and get food from. Mr. Brown, thanks for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Hold on, we got to get your mic on. Okay.
I said, thank you for inviting me.
Listen, I was just looking in the Buffalo Challenger, and they got Doug and all that. Were you part of the original crew?
Yes.
You were part of the original crew of Juneteenth.
But not the organizers. I was a participant
Wow, in the first one.
in the first one.
Tell me about, we're going to talk about a little bit about the past.
Please.
And then we're going to talk about present.
Please.
And you've been leading Juneteenth for how long now?
Well, this is my 29th year.
29th year.
Right.
And it started in 1976.
1976.
How did you end up getting involved as far as leading the Juneteenth?
Sometimes I wonder, but I had a little group called the Crusaders Marching Unit.
I just said that. They were like Buffalo famous and all over the state. They went all over the place.
That's right. And they were involved, and it takes a lot of organization and discipline. And I would imagine that some of the organizers of Juneteenth thought that maybe I had the skills to proceed with Juneteenth as being president.
Wow. What were you doing with Juneteenth before that?
I was a parade chair.
So you were organizing the parade.
Yes.
And today, who organizes the parade?
Patrick Cray.
Patrick Cray, former police. He retired, right?
Yes.
From the police force. Yeah, that's the right person to organize it because he makes sure everybody's in line.
Yes.
So you started organizing the parade. Was it as big as it is now?
I don't think so. Maybe half of that.
Half of it. And when you took over, where was Juneteenth at? What streets?
We was on Jefferson, I believe.
Yep.
And we had moved from Jefferson to Fillmore, and Fillmore later we moved to the park.
Now, why did Juneteenth move from Jefferson?
Well, because it was small, we had more area in the park to expand and have more activities.
Yeah.
And we have 3 stages. We never could have 3 stages on Jefferson Avenue.
Yeah.
Plus, we were too packed in, and our people needed some room.
Well, now Marnetta is using Jefferson for her Friday night thing. I think she's moved it from where she was because of that same situation of it being too packed in, and now moving it into the streets. So when you took over all of those years ago, did you make any changes to Juneteenth back then?
Well, we changed the parade route. We changed the parade because we had taken ownership of 1517 Genesee, which is on Genesee. So we decided to start the parade at Bailey and run it straight down Genesee to keep the parade straight.
Is that why it goes over by Bailey now? Because where the headquarters is?
Well, it goes over Bailey now because it's so long.
Wow.
And we rather organize it on Bailey rather than organize it on residential streets.
Yeah. How many floats or I don't know what you
have
call it?
no idea.
Do you know about how many over these years?
As far as floats is concerned, I can remember when we started, we had maybe 1 or 2 floats, and then
Are you serious?
1 or 2 floats, and then Crystal came in with a float, and I think a couple other politicians came in with a float, but there might have been 1 or 2.
But now, and maybe I'm using it. Yeah, there's a lot of them now.
Right.
So participants as far as groups, hundreds, you'd say?
Maybe hundreds.
Because it's so long.
It's so long. I think people complain because it's so long. So we're trying to fill up the gaps.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell groups that's been a part of the community so long.
Absolutely.
Not to be a part of the parade.
I mean, I don't think that, to me, it's not a problem because other parades downtown, they're long and different people like different things.
Well, what happens is the festivities at the park don't begin until the parade is over. That's the problem.
Because you want everybody to see the parade.
Everybody wants to see the parade. We have participants in the festivities who want to see the parade.
Absolutely. So that's why some of them, hey, I'll put it to you this way. It's one of the biggest in the nation.
It's a community parade.
Yes. And when you look back, because I was looking at back some old video, so there's certain things I never get to see over the 12 years because I'm a participant. So then when you look back and you're like, I saw somebody skating on one of the news broadcasts from last year, all of the drill. Well, first of all, big ups to all the parents and the young people with the drill teams because that's a Buffalo thing.
That is.
We're big on that. You have some places in the South, they're big on marching bands. We're big on drill teams. I saw them rehearsing all over the city.
Right.
Or at least on the east side, I should say. They were up at Johnny B. Wiley. They were in different parking lots. And to see them and to see that organization and that discipline, that's a big deal. And you, who also sponsored, produced Drill-A-Rama.
Oh, you remember those days?
I remember. I told you I always wanted to be a judge of Drill-A-Rama. That was such a big deal. You do you still do Drill-A-Rama?
Yeah, we still do the Drill-A-Rama. Of course, because of the pandemic, we weren't able to do it for 2 years straight. We're trying to kind of back up into that
Oh,
now.
please, dude. That Drill-A-Rama, when I was growing up, that was a big deal. And everybody on the Drill-A-Rama stage was a star. And learning when you see these young people doing the drills and doing all that kind of stuff, it's just amazing to me. So the parade starts at what time?
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. And so I will usually lead the parade, get back here to the church, help undo whatever our float is, get back in my car, and the parade is still going on.
Right.
I can't even get home. The parade is still going on. I got to go all the way around if I'm going home. That's how long the parade is now.
Right.
A lot of vendors coming, right? So I noticed after the pandemic, it still seemed like in the last Juneteenth, there was still a lot of vendors.
Well, usually we try to limit our vendors because we want all our vendors to make money.
So you're teaching today. I never thought about that you don't want too many.
If we have too many vendors, especially selling the same thing, somebody's not going to make money.
Absolutely. Now, my favorite vendors are the African, where I can buy authentic, and I have a house full of stuff that I bought from Juneteenth. Matter of fact, I have a chess table so big and heavy, I had to get permission to drive my car in to put this thing on. I remember me and my sons, because there was no way we could walk this chess table. We still have it. Other African artifacts. That's like one of my favorite. The things that I can't easily get here on a normal basis, and for some of the prices that I can get at Juneteenth. Especially when you got competition. So don't get rid of all the competition, because I like going into one tent and go, well, he has that same thing down there for this price, and going back and forth. But those guys come, and ladies come from all over the place.
All over.
How do you get that word out across the country to come to Buffalo, or is it just known now?
Mostly it's a word of mouth. Now we have, of course, the internet and all that kind of stuff, but it's because of years of generating that PR.
Did you ever think you have one of the largest in the nation?
No.
This is crazy.
Never.
Who has a larger one? I don't even know.
We give Galveston, Texas, the credit. We give them the credit because they was the first one. But as soon as New York City has a Juneteenth, you better believe it's going to be the largest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now I'll say this. I could be wrong. I looked at Galveston one year. It didn't seem as big as here.
No.
I mean, like you said, you give them the credit out of respect.
Right.
But I watched, and it was professionally produced.
Right.
And I didn't see the energy and the numbers that I see in Buffalo, New York.
Our Juneteenth parade in Buffalo is one to remember. First of all, it's made by community. It's made up from the community. And second of all, most of us are volunteers.
Yeah.
We don't get paid for this.
So you don't have paid staff.
Well, we do have paid staff for services that we need.
Right.
Like we need bookkeeping.
Absolutely.
We need snow removal.
Yeah.
We need some certain.
But I mean, for like the parade, all of these folks are volunteers.
All those are volunteers.
The people we see on the golf carts and all that kind of stuff,
all
keep
those
in
are
order.
volunteers.
And you start planning for the next year when?
July. July.
So you finish up here and then start all the way again.
All the way over.
So this is so you have to be retired to do this. I don't know if anybody who is working would be able to handle the amount of work it takes to put on the largest. I'm going to say it. You don't have to. I think it's the largest Juneteenth in the United States because I haven't seen anything to compare to it at all.
Appreciate
What do you want the folks out here to know?
I want them to come in. I don't want them to send their children. I want them to bring their children.
Beautiful.
All right. I want to see families. I want to see fathers with their children explaining to them what Juneteenth is about, because we had to work hard for this. You don't know how much work our ancestors have worked to bring us to this point. So we need to enjoy it when we can. And after Juneteenth, we need to continue.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Black restaurants today.
Right.
Love saying the word black. Love saying the word African American. Love saying the word Africans living in America and being proud of that
Being
heritage.
proud of who you are.
Yes, sir.
And where you came from.
So where are you during the parade? I never see you during the parade.
I'm working.
So you're working.
I'm working. I try to get to the parade because all of my folks, all of my friends, all of my students, ex-students, I get a chance to see them. It's almost like homecoming. But I drive up and down the parade site, but most of the time I'm over there near the information booth.
Why won't you just get on the stage and let them give you a nice, comfortable chair and just wave at us as we go by and
Well-
let us celebrate you?
Well, it's not about me.
I know, but we still want to give respect to you. And why can't you just sit down? Just sit down up there during the parade.
I've never been the one to want all the notoriety and stuff. I just want to see the accomplishments that we can do. I want to see my people happy. I
Yeah.
want to see them smiling, not arguing, not upset
Absolutely.
about stuff.
That's right.
I want to see them happy.
Yeah, I love it.
That's my time.
I love it. Anything you want to say before you leave?
No, I want to say thank you very much for your participation and all the years you've been. I have a little gift for you. If you
Oh, shucks. Yeah. Well, let me tell you, I still have the hat, and I wear it, especially when I'm traveling, the Juneteenth hat that you gave me.
I don't know exactly what size you wear, so I brought a medium and a large.
Medium, medium.
You got it.
Mr. Brown, hold on. I'm gonna hold it up so that they
fresh.
can see it on the camera.
Fresh off the press.
And I, listen, we worked on this float this year. I can't reveal yet, but
No.
I'm gonna tell
No.
you. I'm gonna tell you, the float to thank the people for 12 years as Ellicott District and True Bethel. Oh, they got color. Oh, this is nice. Juneteenth Festival, Saturday and Sunday, 2023. Oh yeah. I'm glad you brought me this one because large would have just swallowed me up. It would have looked like a dress. This is it. Are these available for sale? Will they be?
Yes, they
At-
will be for sale.
at
Right
the-
now, you can buy them at Juneteenth headquarters, which is located at 1517 Genesee, or we'll see you at Juneteenth.
All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. The weather's supposed to be nice.
Yes.
And I'm just going to tell you this. Please
we
get in
go.
position
we
to see the
go.
Ellicott float because
And you
I
might-
promise you there will be no other float like
No.
the Ellicott. It never is.
No, and they just need to go ahead and start putting our name on the trophy.
I think they should start engraving it because
How many trophies have
I
you
mean,
won? so
I
far?
don't know. I won a few. I mean, we have gone all
Yeah.
out from when we did the jungle theme, when we did, and so I'll just give you a hint. Get ready to see Michigan Street Corridor on the float.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Get ready to see Michigan Street Corridor because can't nobody catch up right now.
No.
Today it's 12:23. It ain't no way they can catch up to what's about to happen at this Juneteenth.
Unless you get Jesus himself as a
It-
carpenter.
unless you know these companies and you can order and they gonna stay up all night. I'm going out right.
Okay.
I'm going out. That's what all those workers in there are doing right now. Matter of fact, True Bethel is going to march, and they told them to come here. I'm a little concerned about that because they got to get over to the route. I told them, I said, you might want to have them go to the route and meet us there. So True Bethel, we may be calling you back and Ellicott to let you know where to meet us, but we going out strong. 12, my last parade as the Ellicott District Council member. 12 years, I've been in every parade, and even when we helped sponsor when it was virtual, you kept it going. You refused to stop
Right.
Juneteenth, and that's what it's about, our resilience.
That's how important it is to the community.
Absolutely, and this community loves it. So come out, everybody. Parade starts at 11 o'clock. You know where it's at, and so for everybody coming out.
Mr. Brown, before you go, somebody asked on social media how much are the shirts?
$25.
I'm trying to drink coffee and talk. $25. You want to get this shirt, folks. It looks nice. Thanks, Mr. Brown.
Thank you.
That's Mr. Brown. I can call him Uncle Brown. Uncle Mr. Brown. When I heard that he was gonna that he asked my aunt to be his wife, I was like, the Mr. Brown, the famous Mr. Brown coming into the family. So yeah, so I call him Uncle Mr. Brown.
Uncle Mr. Brown.
All right, we're talking about Black Restaurant Week. Your favorite, before you leave, Mr. Brown, do you have, and I don't want to put you on the spot, give me a restaurant that you like going to. Manna. So let's get into your favorite meal at Manna.
They sell a dish called Juneteenth special.
That is so unfair. So what's in the Juneteenth special?
Oh, you got fish, you got fries, you got other things too, but the fish and the fries. I'm a fish man.
Yeah. And that's called Juneteenth.
It's called Juneteenth special.
I saw it on there.
Yeah, I've never ordered it.
I just called and ordered the fish. They ain't tell me it's called Juneteenth.
Yeah, there's a Juneteenth special.
There's a So I'm going to start out where Mr. Brown talked about, manna. So So I always say this, and I started doing food reviews on Facebook on purpose because I saw so many people who would give negative comments about Black-owned businesses.
Yeah.
And people who were Black. And I thought to myself, every restaurant, every business, every church, every organization has some good and it has some bad. What happens if we start to highlight the good?
Yeah.
So in all of the restaurant reviews that I've done, and I really just started kind of goofing around doing them one day, and then they became a thing. And I don't think that there's a day that if I'm out in public, that somebody doesn't come up to me and say, I saw your food review on this. So I saw, and when you put your hands up, when you lean back. So I want to be very honest. I'm not lying about the food that I like.
Right.
So if I get 5 things from a restaurant and there's something I don't like, I just don't talk about it.
Right.
Because it doesn't mean it's not good. It means I just don't prefer it.
Right.
So why would I put out in public something I don't prefer as if I'm God, or it's like, oh, he doesn't like it, so it must be nasty. I like to cook collard greens one way. Somebody else like to cook them a different way. It doesn't mean it's wrong.
Right.
Now, the only thing you can mess up is potato salad.
Oh, you sure
It's
can.
it's only one way to cook potato salad. Now, if it ain't creamy, you gotta have, and it can't be mashed potato salad.
True.
You gotta have. Now, Mr. Brown can cook. You can cook. Yeah. Now let me ask you.
Oh,
this.
he was confident too.
Yeah. Let me ask you this about potato salad, and I'm gonna talk about manna. How do you, when you put your what you put in your potato salad?
Well, I don't mess around with potato salad.
Okay.
I let the women handle that because they have more expertise in that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna tell y'all how I do my potato salad.
Here we go.
Now here we go. I cook my potatoes. You know how people they turn it over sometimes till it's mashed.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it wrong. Take your potatoes and cut them the size you want them to end up. Don't count on, hopefully they'll break up. Let them cool.
Yeah.
Now, I set them to the side, drain them real good. I make my I'll call it a slurry. I don't know what the name of. I take my mayonnaise. I'm not going to tell y'all all my ingredients, but my mayonnaise, my mustard, my pickles, my secret ingredients. I make that in a separate bowl because you need to taste that.
Yeah.
You got to taste it. You can't just see some of y'all. Let me tell you why you mess up your potato salad. You dumping on a cup of this, a cup of that. Now you done mixed it. Now your potatoes breaking up,
you can't take it away.
can't taste it, and you can't take it away. So if you make all your stuff in another bowl, now this is what I do. I layer it. Oh, goodness, I'm teaching.
Oh.
So I put down a layer of potatoes and I put down my mayonnaise mixture.
I'm getting hungry already.
Then I turn that a little, but lightly so it don't break all up.
It's more like a fold, not a...
There you go. You got to fold it. Now you take another one, put you another layer, fold it with your eggs. Do you like you put
Here we go.
sugar in your no you missing that's why you got to make your slurry. So you got to make your slurry. So
because I don't even like eggs in mine.
Yeah,
so.
you don't like eggs in nothing. You don't like eggs in your salad. You're missing out on a good. You don't like eggs in the salad.
He makes hell of a devil eggs.
Yes,
I've heard.
I
I've heard.
am the deviled egg champ of the family.
I heard.
And if I don't make the double, everybody, where Dee? So they call me D. So my little cousins still call me Dee. And so I'm either D or Dee. So with Dee, it's so weird to hear it come out of my mouth. Where is you ain't bring no double eggs? Well, usually what happened, they gone. They just gone. So once I started learning how to cook and teaching and looking at other people's stuff, I found it's like therapy.
Yeah.
And so I really wasn't going out to restaurants a lot, especially in the winter, because I just want to be in the house. But Manna is one of, and I got many favorites, folks. Every let me just put it out there. I'm proud of every African American who is running a good restaurant.
Absolutely.
So I want to say big ups to them. I'm going to let people start to call in. But Manna, was the fish and Reggie. Nobody cooks fried chicken like Reggie.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's true.
Now I'm talking
That's
about
true.
outside of the restaurant, right?
very true.
I've known Reggie. We grew up in the same denomination, African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church. He was at St. Paul. I was at St. Luke. Now, chicken is a church thing. Now I'm just gonna say this
The blessed bird of our
because
people.
here's my next place where I go get fish. It's at a church, United House of Prayer for All People on Howard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
First of all, they are very kind.
Yes.
The staff there always, they're just kind people, and the price is not bad. When Don Allen was alive, Don Allen Jr., he would co-host. He was co-host for many years, and afterward, Don had a belly. Don would say, "Where are we going to eat?" And Don would say,
Always.
let me call down to the house. Let me call down to the house. The United House of Prayer for All People was known in New York City during the Great Depression for feeding people.
I believe it.
And one of the things that they would say about the United House of Prayer was that they had meat in their soup. So they had all these soup kitchens. And you go to soup kitchens and there wouldn't be a lot of meat, but they said United House of Prayer. So people would be in line. So they are known for cooking. Second place is not a restaurant. I don't know if they cook as much as they used to. It's the church I grew up in, St. Luke. Let me tell you this. After a funeral,
A repass? Listen.
first of all, you be sitting up in the funeral.
Smell
it. You smell that food coming up. You be like, hurry up and finish with grandma because we got to go downstairs.
Your whole suit smell like chicken.
Oh, Miss Gore and others who used to be in that kitchen cooking, and you smell it. We don't do that no more. The modern church don't do that much no more. I think Mount Olive still cook chicken.
Mount Olive probably.
I'm going to tell you, True Bethel don't cook no chicken. We picks it up.
Yeah.
We go right over to the Tops.
Yeah.
So let me send a big shout out to
I was gonna
Tops.
say we go where the people love it.
Tops on Jefferson. It
got
might
good
not be a
chicken.
restaurant.
They got good chicken.
Mr. Brown, I'm not kidding you. Sometime I'll be going through Tops to get like milk.
And you just smell
You
it.
pass that chicken, I gotta pick up. I grab the thing off the
That's
counter.
crazy.
Tops, those folks over there. Now before I learned how to do my own potato salad, I would buy
go buy
Tops.
Tops, absolutely.
With egg in it. With the egg.
yeah,
in it.
yeah.
I would. Because they got somebody black making that potato
So
salad.
I will say I will have. See, my thing is, it's just like for eggs for me are like mushrooms. As long as I don't see it, I can eat it. So like if it's diced fine or chopped fine in the potato salad, I'm good. But like when you leave the whole chunks and like I can actually see it,
You
I'm
can't
good.
do it?
No.
Shuki says, thank you, Shuki. Sugar does go in potato salad.
Y'all diabetics.
Marie says, not mayo mixture and folding. I bet you're going to try it, Marie. I bet you're going to try it. And Tracy says, do your thing, Pastor. Marie Collins says, no big chunks of stuffed celery, onion. I agree with that.
Yeah.
You can't have a half a stalk of celery.
No.
And if it's got to look right. First of all, from the beginning.
Yes.
You got to have, I sliced them eggs up evenly. I got this egg slicer, of course. And then I lay those on that top and put a little paprika. Come on.
Yeah.
Little garlic. No garlic. Parsley, just a little
okay.
just a little sprinkle to give it.
Yeah.
But when you dig that spoon in, you gotta hear something. And if you don't hear,
Yeah.
it ain't good.
It's almost like
It's
the mac
dry.
and cheese. It's almost like the mac and cheese. You got to hear that
Oh,
initial.
well, see, the mac and cheese, you got to pull up. I like that string.
Yeah.
You need real good mac and cheese. When you pull that fork up, if it come up like a piece of cake,
He's right too.
am I right? Am I right, Mr. Brown?
He's
If
right.
it come up like a piece of cake,
Something wrong.
you got too much egg.
Something
You got too
wrong.
much egg, and the egg has made it hard. Now,
There was a video.
yeah, Monique can cook great macaroni and cheese, and I had some from Merle the other day.
Thank you, Rashid.
Fish.
Council member.
What did he say?
He said no. Well, I like mayo in my potato salad, but he said
No
or sugar.
mayo.
I don't know what kind of potato salad he.
Dude, I'm not. Now, Rashid can cook. I ain't never had to do potato salad, and obviously I don't want it now because I don't know what he got. He must got mustard salad. Mustard. What else he put? He probably
Yeah.
put some. This
Now
dude,
you know the
he-
mustard, the mustard piece too, because some people
You only need mustard for the color.
Yeah, but some people go a little over the top, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't, and just give me a little bit, like you said, just change the color a little bit, give me
Just
that
it.
little tang
That's
in
it.
the back. That's it.
Ribs. You got a favorite ribs? I'm putting them on.
Well, I'm supposed to not eat a lot of pork,
Okay.
Oh,
but I had some yesterday.
I thought he was coming in just talking about Juneteenth. He didn't made. Well, okay. How was it?
It was excellent.
Yeah. Was it a restaurant?
Yeah.
Let's shout him out. Who is it?
Well, the restaurant on Genesee.
I Can Be G's.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was the first viral video I had of eating. Now I've been going to Ike and BG's for a long time. When Ike and BG were there, and so cool. I go over a couple months ago, and talking to the owner who's doing a great job. Kitchen is full of people who look like us. I got home and it was this one big piece.
And it's always
And it
sitting on
wasn't
top.
dry. It was moist. And when I bit into it, I was like, I got to put this on video. Now, what I like about his, it has that kind of, and I hate to compare, but like a Lee's flavor. Lee's used to use a heavy vinegar base.
yeah.
I love that. However, I also like sweet. So I used the truck, I'm going to mess it up. It's a review out of Rochester. They were on Jefferson a couple weeks ago. They were at the University Festival. Theirs is very sweet. So there's times I want the vinegar base and then times I want the sweet. Now, the one I haven't really had a good chance to try is Nephew's. Somebody did buy me some, but I was getting ready to travel, so I didn't have a fair shake to be able to put him up. But a lot of people are talking about Nephews right now, so we're gonna get some of those, get some of that. Big Daddies, that's the name of it, out of Rochester. They come with these big. Now I put it on when they were on Jefferson. They had barbecued wings, and they put it on. This time they didn't. They had fried, regular fried wings. I prefer the barbecue wings with barbecue sauce. I don't prefer a barbecue like with the breading and then you put the barbecue on it.
That's
So,
too much.
but when I say their sauce is slamming, so Ike and BG's. I got a whole list here. Manna, I put Ike and BG's was on the top. Manna, je ne sais quoi.
Yes.
Now, that was one of the first places before Manna. And I don't go as often only because it's on the other side of town. And when I'm hungry, I want to eat quick. And I've also learned something about eating and getting takeout. And you really brought this, is when it's in the plastic container, it sweats if you
Yep.
got it in too long. So now your chicken a little soggy and all that kind of stuff. So yesterday, I went to Dirty Bird. Now, first of all, I thought about the name after I said,
Yeah.
I'm going to get
Dirty Bird.
food from a place called Dirty Bird.
Yeah, and the only reason why is because we were trying to catch it at Roswell.
Yes.
and by the time the celebration was over, they
They
were
were
closed.
closed.
Oh,
But they have, I don't know if you've been to downtown Niagara Falls, New York lately.
not lately.
Let me tell you this. I'm talking about by the water. I shouldn't say downtown.
Okay,
There are all kinds of vendors down there now.
really?
Like, so seasonal vendors in these really nice kiosks. with big garage doors, and then they have food trucks. So I don't know if that's just this week or next week. It was food vendors, and Dirty Bird had a small truck there. So they got a lot of trucks because they had a food truck at Roswell. Then they had a like trailer in Niagara Falls, New York.
Wow.
So I went to Dirty Bird last night, and I didn't even, somebody told me they had a patio. I thought the patio was for the bar next door, so they must share the patio. Let me tell you, they did not disappoint. If you like, now they had a whole menu. I didn't even know that. But I just went for the chicken and waffles. When I say, first of all, it would only took 7 minutes. He said, you can come back in 7 minutes. When I tell you they didn't disappoint, it was wonderful. I hid it when I got home.
Oh, yeah, you got to. You have to.
Because you know how if you go out and then they already cooked, and now so I hid it in my office. And about 1 o'clock this morning, I remembered your chicken is on your desk. You think I'm telling a story. I kindly got up and put that chicken in the refrigerator. I hid it. But I still ate when I got home because I was still, I was still hungry. Let me look on Facebook. Okay, so somebody said, he told me Big Day. Now, I'm not a vegan. But my only experience buying some vegan was some vegan it's not hamburger, like hamburgers.
Right.
Up at Sunshine Vegan Eats on Jefferson. And they had this blue sauce on it. It was good. Now, I bought 3 of them, 3 sliders. Was going to give the boys 2. I ended up eating all of that. Wow. I can eat vegan. My aunt is vegan now, or trying to eat vegan. And I heard that they went to a restaurant yesterday, and my mother said, and my mother is in no way vegan. She all the way cow. She will eat a cow. But she said it was good. Wow. So I got this list. Mark, what's your favorite one? Or one of the favorites, because there's so many.
Let me see. You've mentioned a lot of mine. Je ne sais quoi, of course, was a favorite. Everything we talked about lately is what I've had lately. I'm
about to give you some.
I get ready to say I can always shout out the place I hang out at a lot is the Rose Bar and Grill downtown on Scott Street, owned by Lisa and Chris Roosevelt. So they're in the Creamery building right next to the casino.
I don't even know about that.
Yeah.
So what is their specialty?
So they kind of have a full menu. They're a restaurant and bar, so they have a full menu. You can get steak hoagies.
Now, what's the name of it?
The Rose Bar and Grill.
See, I don't know anything about it, but you have to go in a building. There's no advertising outside?
Yes, they do have a sign on the outside of the building. So if you're like by the Seneca's gas station, it's right behind that.
I had no idea.
Yep.
So this is why I like this show. All right. What's this? I get a fish sandwich. Ferry.
Solo Eats.
Solo Eats. Now, this is the second time I got some type of big sub from there one time, and he told me you're going to need to go to sleep afterward.
Ooh.
And I'm not kidding that. And I can't even remember. That was a few years ago. But as I always put in like black-owned restaurants when I'm looking for stuff, and that came up. I got a fish sandwich from there. Now, the second time I got it, I left it in the container too long. Yeah. And this is what I'm saying, folks. Sometimes people judge stuff, and it's our fault because we left stuff. Now, if I get it and I'm driving, I'll open that container so that, because I'm telling you, it was crispy. I mean crispy. Now, something else is coming up. Oh, A Taste of Soul on Elmwood.
Yes.
I haven't been there yet.
I've had it.
But they got a piano in there, right? Is that the one?
No, you might be thinking of Buffalo Kitchen Club.
Oh, I'm thinking of Buffalo Kitchen Club.
Yep.
No, I've eaten at A Taste of Soul. I have eaten at A Taste of Soul. I got takeout during a football game.
Yep.
And that chicken, to me, it was good chicken. I wasn't doing reviews then, but I did go there. And then, what'd you say, Buffalo? I haven't been there yet.
Buffalo Kitchen Club. I think I had got takeout from there too, but I haven't been inside. But I heard it's beautiful on the inside. They're literally 2 doors apart on Elmwood. So,
and who would have ever thought
you
would have 2 African-American owned restaurants on Elmwood?
True. Yeah, who would have thought? I mean, but that's why Je ne sais quoi is now on Hurdle. Like, who thought we would?
Absolutely. Danetta and says, vegan, try good and evil vegan eats, 21 Main Street in Tonawanda, black owned.
Yeah.
And it's always some of those boxes in the house. Because I don't know if this is the same place that does a gluten-free, but we have that all in the house. But vegan, good and evil is spelled EVUL for y'all deep folk who ain't gonna go. Because they're gonna be like, I ain't going in no restaurant called Evil. Evil.
Yeah.
According, or unless she spelled it wrong, she spelled it GUUD and Evil. EVUL. 21 Main Street, Tonawanda.
Yeah, and then a couple people have mentioned Fat Cats.
Now, Fat Cats, you might wait a fat minute, but I'm gonna tell you this: is fat worth it? No. I'm straight up, and I'm gonna tell you why. And this isn't dogging them. This is they have so many customers.
I was getting ready to say that's what I heard.
They cook from scratch.
Yeah.
So you just got to just know, because this is what I don't like. If you go to a restaurant and then it's fast and it ain't cooked well, now you complain about that.
Yep.
So let's be honest about it. Let's be honest about where you're going to have to wait to get a.
Yep.
You're going to wait.
Yep.
Sometime. You got to. Now there's a little window in there.
Most places there are. Is that
You
little
gotta,
window?
you gotta find
catch.
that window.
Yeah.
Because I found the window at the one in Niagara Falls yesterday. Because other people told me, the line is always out the door. Actually, the line ain't out the door. It ain't nowhere to stand inside. You walk in, it's only, you got like 6 feet, 6 by 5.
Yeah.
So you gotta wait outside.
Yeah, solely takeout restaurant.
So if you put it out there and people already know
Right.
that if you go to Fat Cats, you going first of all, food is excellent.
Yeah.
You might have to wait.
That's it.
I call in.
Yeah.
I call in.
Absolutely.
And then I call back.
Yeah.
And I say, is my food ready? And when they say yes, I get in the car and go and get my food. But you know it's gonna be from scratch.
Yep.
See, if we as a people understand our power and our economic power and how we pull each other up, I'm just at a stage, and I think I've been like this most of my life. I don't want to go out and tear down anybody.
No.
I don't want to go out, especially for people who look like me, and talk about the negative of a situation, because it's always easy to talk about negative. So I'm always going to give you something positive. I mean, you really got to have bad customer service for me to, and Mark will tell you, you got to have bad customer service for me to stop messing with you.
I was getting ready to say that Parkview was also mentioned over off of Crossman.
Parkview. We went there one time,
Yep.
and they were on a national show.
Yes.
Go check them out. They have fish. Now, we haven't been in a while. I need to go back and check them out.
Right.
The food was good at 11 Wings and Cuisines.
I
haven't been there yet.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna call Willie because we gonna make that.
Well,
Gonna get it with Quincy and
Yeah.
go.
The only reason I haven't because of the hours. Usually when I'm ready to eat, they open later.
Oh, okay.
And so they have chicken and waffles too. And the way I found it is I saw chicken and waffles. I looked up chicken and waffles. I've been looking for places with good chicken and waffles. Now there's some other stuff on here. Big Mama's Hustle, and so I haven't been there in a long time.
Is that the one that's at like Sheridan?
Niagara Falls Boulevard.
Oh, yeah, in the Boulevard. Yep.
So, but the one time I did go there, they had some things that are not normally. I want to say oxtail, but I'm not an oxtail eater.
Yeah, see, you was getting ready to say you pulling on my heartstrings because I ain't even get to my Jamaican spot, Island Mix on Jefferson. They're really good. And now the thing with oxtails, and this is only because I haven't found my favorite oxtail place in Buffalo.
Okay.
Because oxtails are a tricky thing. You either going Jamaican or soul food, but like you got to find one that keeps the good meat on the bone.
Well, I'm going to tell you now. Oxtails. Now I don't eat. I never had oxtail. I've cooked them.
Really?
And
Oh, that's right, you did.
I cooked them, and they were gone right away. I mean, like right away. So I must have cooked them well. If you ask me to cook them again, I don't even know what I cooked. I'll just say it happened. The Lord was kind. However, when I bought them, they were so expensive and tiny.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But I've been going to the Broadway Market,
Yeah.
and I never went to the Broadway Market for meat. Never went to the place on Genesee for meat. Mm-hmm. When I tell you, I get mad when I go to the grocery store and buy meat now because of the price. When you go to the butcher, is so much better. And at the Broadway Market, one of those spots have some really thick oxtails. Lot of meat on it. I'm not going to buy any because I really don't know how I looked up the first time and cooked it well. But I've been going to the meat market on Genesee. mostly African American young men working in there, and very customer friendly, and know their stuff.
Wow.
This is stuff we got to lift up.
Absolutely.
They know their stuff. You go in there and they're speaking to everybody in line, and then they know, they know stuff I don't know. Like, I just need some smoked meat. You want this? You want? I didn't know that they'll cut up stuff. So go support your own. Brothers.
Brothers is
Now,
good.
I forgot what their specialty is, but I have been to Brothers several times. Been to Brothers, and Brothers is on, I keep taking
Ellicott
off
Street.
my glasses, is 475 Ellicott. And I'm reading from this list on a website called stepoutbuffalo.com. They got everything on here. Just discovered this. Kate Crazy, 2525 William Street. That's Shatise Williams. I mean, she just does the thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, those desserts. Sweets, I still haven't tasted it, and they go to 11 o'clock.
Wow.
And all I did was see it.
Yeah.
When I tell you this stuff they be making over at Sweets, it looks, if it ain't good, they got a heck of a photographer, and
Absolutely.
she probably using the iPhone.
Absolutely.
So you really can't doctor that up. Come up with so many different types of things to do on wings and all that.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a real cook. Because if it say 1 cup, I'm putting 1 cup. Now I'm going to taste it and add.
Yeah.
Now I add a little Creole kick to it.
You just
No, that ain't my secret. That ain't my secret weapon. But you got to have a little Creole kick in certain things.
Yeah, I need that kick.
You got to have. You can't have collard greens without a kick.
Give me them a little bit of red pepper down. Oh,
If you don't have a kick, you might as well be eating dandelions. Just go out and get you some dandelions out the yard. You know you can eat dandelions.
yeah, I do know that.
You do know that. Mr. Brown, what's your favorite thing to cook?
I like oxtails.
You can cook them?
Yeah.
Oh, I need oxtails.
Oh, yes.
You
Oxtails.
slow cook them?
Yes. Definitely. Give me some turkey meat.
Turkey meat and oxtails?
Smoked turkey. Let that seasoning get in that oxtail.
Ooh, he moving his head. He
ready to make some already.
Mr. Brown said, let that seasoning get in there. Now, Mr. Brown,
He's smelling up the whole house.
do you use any gadgets? Because I use gadgets. Pressure cooker, anything.
Yeah, but I don't use a pressure cooker. My dear wife just bought one, and I don't understand why. 'Cause I use slow cooker.
I use a slow cooker. I burned one out already. I had 2 of them.
Wow.
And I burned one out. It won't even come on anymore. I threw that out. Now, what I asked my children for Father's Day was, now I have 2 smokers. Okay, got one that I need to take and throw out, but it's electronic. Got to take it over to wherever. And then I have one that you put the wood in the bottom. Don't necessarily like that because when I want to put the whatever I'm smoking on early, go to work and come home and it's ready. So I asked for an automatic smoker that you put the pellets in and it keeps loading it and keeps smoking it all day. Now,
That sounds interesting.
yes, it's gonna be good too. I told them I want it before Sunday.
Yeah.
So that I can go to the meat market.
And use it on.
I'm going to the meat market later today. Now I tried to make brisket. I ain't do good with that.
Really?
You got to know how to make. I cut the fat off. I did all of that.
Did
But
you cut too much fat off?
I don't know. I did what it said to do on YouTube.
So what I just found, I was watching a video, is in the butcher literally said just cut the hard fat off. So you can use the rest of it to keep the rest of the brisket moist.
I
Yeah.
don't think I did it right. So I'm gonna do what I know how to do, and that's some ribs and some other stuff I'm gonna put on there. I'm gonna put it on. So I'm gonna get everything ready Saturday night. No. I might cook tomorrow night. So that Sunday, because Father's Day I don't really like to be bothered.
No, absolutely not.
Just say Happy Father's Day to me and keep it pushing, and leave me home with the TV and the remote.
That's it.
And I'm not kidding. I just TV and remote.
But Mr. Brown, you know what the problem is? So he does all this. He gets us all excited. And then I'm like, well, can I get a bone on the next on Monday? He'd be like,
Man, it's gone.
Or he'll come in with his to go.
But I'm only cooking meat. I only want to use this smoker. So I might throw some collards in the. Now I'm gonna tell you the pressure cooker and collards.
Yeah.
My gosh, I put that smoked turkey, the collards, some broth, vegetable broth.
You speaking my language.
I use a little of that better than bouillon.
Yeah, you talking
Got to
my
give it a
language.
little Creole
Yeah.
kick. Now this part you ain't gonna like because I like andouille.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you got to, you throw that andouille in there, pressure cooker it for like 20 minutes.
I'm learning.
Oh my goodness!
I love it.
They used to say, "Slap your mama." I can't slap my mama. Slap your kids. It'll make you slap your kids
All of 'em.
if they waste a bit. Don't touch my.
yeah.
So that's probably now. But y'all done made me think about doing some potato salad too now. You know, the layer fold,
Yeah, the folded.
layer fold, sugar,
Yeah.
mayo. Forget Rashid. Sandy White says, "Good to see you, Mr. Brown, Mr. Marcus Brown. She used your whole government. I hope ain't nobody looking for you." Justine, she's sending out her message, her phone number. I recommend.
Oh no, she's telling me where I can get a good
Jerk chicken. See,
dinner.
this is what I love about
Yeah.
this show. This is what I love about this show and having our own radio station. Black owned, operated. You could talk about stuff like this. Broadway Market is the best. Not you cut the fat off the brisket.
It's just the hard fat, Chucky, not the whole fat, just the hard part.
Well, I'm going to go to the butcher and maybe if they cut it.
They might trim it for you. They should.
And then I could put that in the smoker. And wait till you going to want the smoker, Mr. Brown. You going to want it. You going to want it. You going to want it.
I know you got a lot of toys at home.
I that's all I buy.
that's
I
all
love
he
gadgets.
has
I
at home.
love gadgets. I got to get ready to get off the air, but what gadget did I buy the other day? I don't know. I love
Was
gadgets.
it the skillet? Was that the one?
Oh, I did buy electric skillet. Why, I don't know. Because I really want to do this little cooking show, and I got to have, so I did buy a propane stove. Not a propane. Kerosene, something, I don't know. Butane.
Oh,
so you put the
yeah,
butane on the
okay.
side so that I can aim my cameras. I got to wait till, once I'm retired, I'm going to have time. I'm cooking. It might be YouTube videos, but I'm cooking.
Well, let's clarify before we have a groundswell of people joining True Bethel to think they you're retiring from City Hall.
Oh, no. I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
retiring from True Bethel.
Yeah, let's clear that out.
Let me be specific. I'm retiring from the Ellicott District.
Yes, let's be clear.
Hobson's, the Dr. Dry Cleaner, 874 East Delavan. Listen, take your things over to Hobson's. That's where I go. I'm telling you, been going there for years. 874 East Delavan. They do hats. They do sneakers. If you didn't know, now you know. Some of your sneakers, they seem, as Leandra say, better days are coming. Go to Hobson's, the Dr. Dry Cleaner, 874 East Delavan. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Home, in your hour of need, 347 Peckham, 2528 Bailey, and 1275 Sycamore. In your hour of need, it's Brian K. Lewis. This week, they service the Goodman family, the Baltaji family, baby boy Tristan Dean, the Spring family, among others. That's Hobson's, the Dr. Dry Cleaning, and Brian K. Lewis. They're the ones who pay the bills. I'm getting ready to throw it back over to the station so they can pay them the right way. Until next week, power to the people.